Hi guys, Dr. Ashley here, and we are introducing all of our service providers that work really closely with the moms in our practice to create amazing experiences. So today I'm introducing you to Savannah of Savannah Flagstaf Photography, and she's going to tell us a little more about how she can help you and your family have the memories last forever that you are living right now. So Miss Savannah, tell us what type of photography you focus on.
Well, I would say primarily families. And then recently, in the last couple years, newborns have become a love of mine. So it's kind of following all the way through with families. And then just recently, in the last few months, I've gotten into birth photography. That's been something I've wanted to for years now. But at the same time, we had a pandemic that kind of got in my way for a while, and kind of got to get good at one thing before you can move on to the next.
Perfect. And tell us a little bit about what makes you and working with you different than the average photographer or someone our moms might have already worked with before.
Good question. My people skills. I tell my close friends you can find photographers that are more technically perfect than me anywhere. But I come from a big family. I'm the oldest of 5 kids. So I'm good at kind of being the leader in a way, and I've been surrounded by kids all my life. So I'm very comfortable. I'm good at making kids laugh. I'm good at making them happy, and I can make the husbands feel okay about family photos too. I know that's not always their favorite thing. And so I just enjoy, I feel like I become part of a family when I'm there. I can always relate to something with all the siblings I have, and I give people enough direction that they're not uncomfortable and that they, don't feel like they don't know what to do. But at the same time, I don't tell people or kids to smile. I give them a reason to. So I'm totally okay with looking like a dork so that your family looks good. I like to do a mix of the traditional, photo you'd put up on your mantle for grandma, where you're all looking at the camera smiling. I will try to get 1 or 2 of those. But I also just love the connection, and a lot of times people aren't looking, or I'll ask them to look when I need them to, because they're laughing, they're giving hugs, they're giving kisses, they're goofing off, we're playing. It makes the time go fast, and it's really more enjoyable. So that's the most action-packed with the family ones. For newborn and birth, obviously that's a different kind of dynamic, but I still, just because I've been in all those situations with my family, I'm not uncomfortable, and I know how to bring the right vibe and to make people comfortable. So with moms, it's helping them feel pretty, helping them feel confident, and helping them just relax and enjoy this special time with their baby while I capture it. So, and same with birth. It's telling the story. It's making sure they remember all this.
That's so amazing. Perfect. Okay, so tell us more personally, what is your why? What made you want to become a photographer? Why do you love focusing on families and newborns and birth?
Mm-hmm. That took me a long time to figure out. They tell you, think about your why. And for a long time it was like, well, I like to take pictures. But then I realized I've been taking pictures since I was a kid. Whoever bought me my first disposable camera when I was 9 or 10 to take on a trip, and I documented everything. And I made little scrapbooks, and I would print doubles so that I could give pictures to my friends as I got older. And as soon as I could afford my first point and shoot, I took pictures of everything, who I was with, where we were, because I wanted to remember. So I figured out that's what I enjoy doing. Every big family moment we have, I'm the one behind the camera. So I think I mentioned I photographed the birth of my first 2 nephews. That was when I fell in love with birth photography. Also, photographing my nephews gives me great practice because they take me less seriously than anyone. So if I can get them to smile, they're like, you're not fooling us, Auntie Sav. They're tougher than anyone. So I train with the best. But just everything, every trip we took, every milestone, every big family function, I was taking pictures. And so then later in life, you get to where, I've lost both my grandpas now. And even though I have hope and faith that I'll see them again, for now I have the photos. And so I don't mean at all to take it to a morbid tone, but you just never know when those photos are going to become so much more precious. And I'm so grateful for all the ones that I have. And so that's what I want to give to families. I want to help them document and produce quality images that just make them so happy to look at, but also that get preserved in a way that they can continue to look back at the happy and pass down and remember the good times and remember the good times with the people that are in them.
And I would say for me personally, my kiddos are a little bit bigger, and so it wasn't a super common thing to have maternity photos and family photo shoots when you were pregnant or newly just had a baby. You didn't feel so fantastic about your body. It was almost like we were out of every picture on purpose. And it's one of the things that really connected me to maternity shoots and pregnancy pictures. Now to share with my moms in our family of our chiropractic family. Because I wish now that I see these beautiful pictures of moms, even if you don't feel beautiful that day, the pictures come out in such a beautiful way, and to be able to share that with yourself later, with your kids later, and see this as such a different experience than I should have been outside of pictures and I shouldn't have been, in public. I looked so terrible. Do you have moms that tell you those kind of things with maternity or with brand new babies? Especially we have moms who have had some very traumatic births and traumatic experiences, or not what they expected or hoped for. And so they're not taking pictures because they're kind of shut down. So do you have moms tell you those things, and what have you kind of experienced with that too?
Yeah, no, absolutely. It's a very sensitive time. Besides all the changes, moms are exhausted at that point. And so the easier I can make it on them, the better. All they have to do is relax and snuggle with their babies. My newborn photography is very different from most. I don't do any of the intense posing, putting them in a bucket. Most of the time, baby's in your arms, and it's the interaction with your new little tiny that is so precious. But then, being real honest, I don't love being in front of the camera either. This is tough. But that's why a professional photographer that can make you feel comfortable and look your best is so important. I can offer tips of what to wear, what's going to flatter you the most. You can tell me what your insecurities are, and I'll make sure that, I give extra attention to that in the way I photograph. But I absolutely believe moms should document every step of the way. If I could get my way, I would do their pregnancy announcement, their maternity photos, their fresh 48, the fresh 48, the 6 months later, newborn, everything. I wish I could just document every step of the way. And I'm working on designing custom photo books that are also baby books, so I can combine these pictures and remember that time. And it is even if you don't feel like yourself, like you necessarily want that, you probably will someday, like you say, and your kids are going to want that. They're not going to look at the photos and be like, oh, my mom gained weight. Oh, my mom, they're not looking at what any of us look at ourselves. They're going to look back and they're going to say, I love my mom, and I'm so glad I have these pictures of her.
That is so beautiful, and exactly what I know a lot of our moms who now either they didn't do that with their first, or they're doing that even if they're afraid to, are really looking for. So that's why I was so excited to connect with you, because this is way more lifestyle and way more feeling great about yourself than a photo shoot at Sears or JCPenney's or someone.
Way more comfortable.
Yes, and it does document and show personality and all the things that you want to see in pictures, instead of with my family. It was really fun to try to get everyone to smile and look perfect. And it never looked like what I wanted it to look like. But back then also, there wasn't so much you didn't see lifestyle pictures. You just had to look a certain way. So when I saw your pictures, and they're just so amazing, I wanted to be able to share that with all of our moms too. So if moms want to have those memories and have those experiences with you, what's the best way to connect?
Well, you found me on Instagram. I'm definitely on there. But I would say check out my website. You can read more about my story and my why on there. I have it all listed out, and you can see just how I've managed to capture emotion. That you'll see that in my photos, that they've got warmth to them, they've got comfort to them. Emotion's what I look for. The real, genuine emotion. And so, SavannahFlagstaf.com.
And we'll have that on the comment section in the bio, and the link and all of those things too, so that it's easy just to be able to click and schedule, click and learn more, and see how well this will work for your family.
You'll see all these little buttons that say book now, and you can fill out a little short form with your info, and I'll be in contact with you right away.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Savannah. We really appreciate you taking the time to teach all of us about something that's just different than what it traditionally is. So thank you.
Thank you.